Hi there. Thanks for joining me for another issue of It's Like This, the read aloud version. It's Monday, December 15th, 2025. This one is Mind Reading, Speaking for Him and Staying Present 24/7. Just one of the guys. I'm sitting next to my mostly non-speaking 26-year-old son, sitting in chairs facing the pharmacy window, waiting for our vaccination appointment. A man walks towards the counter and hesitates when he sees us. He asks my son if we are in line. As I respond, "No, go ahead," to the question not addressed to me, my brain splits between annoyance at this default habit of men to speak to other men first, and pride that my son is seen as just a regular dude. Help wanted, mind reader. Last night, my son seemed to be asking for help finding a song or a video he wanted to play on his iPad. He mumbled some part of a lyric, maybe, but I couldn't piece it together. He repeated the same unintelligible phrase over and over. I asked him to slow down, to type it, to spell it, to give me another clue. He couldn't. I think he had a clip of a song in his mind that was more rhythm than words. I suggested what it might be, so his request shifted to what I said, but that wasn't it. He ramped up into panic mode. We looked at search histories, we tried other favorites. His body tensed. He clenched his teeth and my wrist. He asked me to leave. He called me back. His eyes were wide with desperation. I could see him willing himself not to hurt me in his frustration. It's just a song, right? This seems like an overblown reaction to a minor problem, but it's another tiny hit in his daily struggle to be heard. It is horrible to not be able to tell someone what you need. I understand why he insists on his routines, the same schedule, same clothes, same food, same arrangement of everything. It feels safer if things don't change. The boringness is better than the stress of trying something new, of unfamiliar vocabulary, of remembering how to ask for that new thing again, of trusting someone to figure out what you're asking. It's safer if you're asking for things they expect you to want. We feel it too. We are risk averse, more often aiming to help him stay within the unchanging known. But of course, nothing is permanent. Schedules shift, technology fails, grocers stop carrying that one brand you'll eat. I'm reminded again to slow down and stay present, to pay attention to what he is hearing and seeing. It's the only way I'll get better at reading his mind. Makes perfect sense. When he was younger, my son learned a few words in sign language. He still uses some on occasion along with his spoken words, with a few variations from the traditional signs. In ASL, please is an open hand rubbed in a clockwise motion on your chest. My kid completes the circular motion, but rubs his belly. A wholly appropriate adjustment, since most of the time he is using please to request food. Respect. When my son's new primary care doctor enters the treatment room, she says hello to me, but then directs her initial questions to my son. He says hi, but otherwise doesn't respond. Before she turns to me, she asks my son, "Would you like me to ask my questions to you or to your mom?" I appreciate the respect she's offering. It reminds me to always give him a chance to respond, even though 100% of the time, I will be the one speaking for him on anything that requires a detailed response. But I am also glad she worded her question in the way she did, since I knew he would probably reply as he usually does to an unfamiliar question by echoing her last few words. He copied her gesture pointing to me and repeated, "To your mom." Oh, good. We're all in agreement then. It would have been a challenging appointment otherwise. 24/7. In the past 25 years, the whole of my son's lifetime, there have been remarkably positive changes in autism awareness and understanding. It has been good to see that many are willing to provide accommodations for sensory sensitivities and communication barriers, that disability overall is becoming less stigmatized, our current administration's ignorance notwithstanding. But even though everyone now seems to have autism, or at least know someone who does, it feels more challenging to explain exactly what autism is in our household. Hat tip to the New York Times podcast for their reporting on the autism diagnosis problem and the complications of lumping everyone across the spectrum into a single diagnosis. My son's particular flavor of autism is what some researchers are calling profound. I have a link in the text edition for a previous issue where I talked about my reaction to the original Lancet report. The Lancet report defines autistic individuals in this profound subset as having either minimal or no ability to speak or an IQ of less than 50 or both, and requiring 24-hour access to a caregiver. I feel my son's need for 24-hour access in my bones. This level of care and supervision is not fully understood by the general public or even within the widening autism community. But I also believe everyone across the autism spectrum deserves support, as does everyone with a disability, a mental illness, or a human body. We wouldn't really need all these distinct labels, the ones that help us secure access to appropriate education, housing, employment, and health services, if we just prioritized care for everyone. P.S. We are lucky. Even after an evening of frustrating miscommunication, I caught a picture of my kid waking up smiling. And his smile this morning was even before we found, I think, the song he was looking for the night before, which is a song we both love, apparently, 100 Years by Five for Fighting. I've got a link there in the text. I've also got links for my husband's new YouTube page, which I hope you'll check out, and the newsletter that I'm writing for Atticus Books and Music. Thanks so much for being here. This is Robin LaVoy, and life around here, it's like this.